Hi, how y'all doing? It is Monday, the 27th of October, no, 28th of October, 2024. Here in Ontario, Canada, the sky is cloud covered, just like it was yesterday and the day before. So, what do you think that is? We had a little bit of a wind. It's cool. It's like 3 or 4 out. It's been cold like this for the last couple of days. It's a weird kind of weather. I don't know how to explain it. I didn't make a video yesterday. Why? I have no idea. I just didn't feel like talking. Alright? I watched Rod Hayes. He was on a video. Give some good information. Some I don't quite understand. Hopefully I'll learn more about it. So yeah. But he did say that the weather is not being the weather is manipulated, but it's not being manipulated by HARP or CERN anymore because they had to be shut down for the close of the age which we're in. That's why everything is changing, right? And it's being manipulated by something outside of our Earth orbit or whatever. Can't remember the word he used. So, extraterrestrial, whatever it is, right? So it's kind of hard for us to think about it and to shut it down because I'm sure there's been lots of people like me, right? Willing for HARP and CERN not to be operating anymore. Stuff like that, right? So yeah, I thought that made sense, right? Because I had seen that too, that CERN was shut down. They said it reopened, but it didn't, right? And that the HARP was shut down, and then they tried to renege on it and say, no, it's not, right? Stuff like that. So, different. It's very still, even though there's a breeze, a wind out. It's like very still, the energy kind of thing. I don't get it. I could feel the electricity or whatever running, vibrating through me. I don't know what the Schumann is today. Yesterday it was at 50. I felt pretty good yesterday, actually. I've been working on trying to keep my body, my back straight, stuff like that, so I don't cramp up. I slept pretty good last night. My son woke me up about just as I fell asleep, throwing up in the bathroom again. All right, seems like he's doing that a lot. He said he got a really bad headache, and that made him have to throw up. I was like, when I used to get those, and that's your third eye trying to open. I said, your third eye's trying to open really hard, right? But he won't have none of it. He got the job. He's 3D, right? He doesn't get the spiritual side. He's lost his connection like the rest of them that got that thing did, right? Unfortunately. Don't know how it works, but it seemed to have worked somehow. Especially when Mr. T was supposed to have gone and taken out most of the batches of all this stuff out. Maybe it was just the ones with the graphene he took out. I don't know. Oh well. It is what it is. It was meant to be, or it wouldn't be, right? Right. The solar flares that have been going on, there was 7 yesterday and the day before, CMEs, all this stuff, is just upgrading our consciousness, right? Making us more aware, more in tune, shall we say. I also find it interesting that the new moon, falls on Halloween, the end of the month, right? I'm sure there's something spiritual behind that as well. Because with the new moon, we set new intentions. We have new goals, new aspirations, all this stuff. New stuff happens, new information, right? New. So I find that interesting. Not sure what to read into it. Because 31 is 13, turned backwards, mirrored, right? And 13's the feminine number. That means about this for the feminine. And many other things too, actually. found it was weird. I looked at my Facebook today and a memory came up. You know how that happens, right? Memories. And it was pictures of my dad I had posted a couple years ago, right? And I find that strange because last night when I was going to sleep, I was doing was, going through some stuff in my head, and I was, excuse me, got a tickle. Seems to be happening to the YouTubers I've been watching today. Um, uh, my dad. I was thinking about my ancestors, my people last night, and who really loved me and who was kind to me and who cared. My grandma Verna never caused me harm. She was a beautiful woman, emotionally, you know? She was. She was stuck in the indoctrination of religion, but she never hurt me, right? And she taught me lots of stuff. So she was very skilled in different things. So I'm grateful for her. I am. I'm grateful for those days. I was thinking about all the good things, right? And I was thinking about my dad, right? I even made up a little story in my mind about me when I was little, starting my life off with him because I only had him for almost 6 years and then mom left him, right? Kicked him to the curb. And I was remembering that stuff, the stuff that he taught me in those first 6 years of my life, right? And then he shows up on my feed today. I thought that's gotta be spirit talking to me, right? It's different. It is. I had a weird dream last night too. I, I don't. It was just so weird, right? It was like this woman, and she was pretending she was nice to all these, or she was helping all these young women. And then the next thing I know, she's got them in this like coal cart thing going through, a mountain, in a mountain, right? And they're sitting in the seats. And then there's two ways to go, that way or that way. And this way says from light to dark, and she gets out and she opens the doors and they go in that way. I don't know if I was with them or if I was just observing them, right? Because they go in and then I didn't go in. And there was a man that shows up and he asked about the woman. I can't remember the details, right? And I told him that she took the girls in there, right, from light to darkness to dark. And he said, okay. And he went through the door and I followed him. And all these girls were in these pods kind of thing. And the girls were really strange looking, right? Different, really weird color hair and everything. And their face, it wasn't human anymore kind of thing. And then they're walking through the building and then there's some doors, a window. And there's a great big huge field, like a garden, right? And she's at the very end of the garden, farthest away, mowing the grass, right? And he said, there she is. I'll look after this. And she wouldn't talk to anybody or anything. It was so weird before that, right? And I stood there and I watched him walk up to her, and he turned her around, and I could feel the energy change, so she was happy, right? And he was like, "Why are you doing this, right? We're going to stop this. You're going to come with me," kind of thing, right? And that's when I woke up, and I thought, from light to dark, that is strange. Why did I have that dream, right? And then I was thinking about all the doom and gloom a lot of these YouTubers and truthers are doing, right? And about the reset and what's going to happen and AI and everything, right? Everything's going to close down. Thousands, millions of people are going to starve and be without water and before when the flip happens and all that shit. And my mind just, or not my mind, but my higher self told me, it's not, that's them, it's not you. Do you feel that way? Because I've been questioning myself. Is this true? Is this how it's going to happen? Am I going to suffer? Right? And It was like, no, we didn't do this to hurt people, right? We're changing things for the better. It's changing for the better. And nobody knows how the reset goes. They're all using their analytical mind to think about the answer, right? So they're just, let the doom and gloom go to them. Do you feel that way? And I was like, no, that wasn't part of my download, right? I don't feel that way. Like we're going to suffer. Like it's going to be terrible and horrendous. We're going to be invaded and they're going to eat people. And, I don't feel that way at all. I don't. So the doom and gloom's going to them. Maybe that's going to happen to them, but it's not going to happen to me, right? You got to manifest it. What you pay attention to flows to you, right? The thoughts you put out there is what you get. So that's why you don't hate, because that's what you attract. You got to love it, right? And that's what you'll attract. So it's like, yeah, no doom and gloom. They could be in their doom and gloom if they want to, but I choose to see it in a different way because of my download that I got in 2020. What do you think? Makes sense to you? Are you dooming and glooming? I hope not, because that's what you're attracting to yourself, right? That's right. So, yeah, don't vote. You know who votes? People that are still asleep. They're showing the powers that they're still asleep. They still believe in the movie, the actors, right? They're all actors. I've already proven that in a previous video a couple of years ago, right? What is it? You look up on IMB website, look up your local politician, your mayor. They're all actors. Mr. T, all of them. They all have acting, right? So don't give them power. Well, I guess if you're still asleep, you're still asleep. You can't help it. But yeah, today's the 28th. That solar flare, whatever, the big one's supposed to be hitting us today. How you feeling? My body has a little bit icky sensations, but I've been doing my affirmation every day. My health gets better than the day before. Every day, I am stronger than the day before. Every day, I am happier than the day before, right? I did this when I went to bed last night, and I did it when I woke up in the rise, and I will continue to do it every day. I will, because it makes me feel better just doing it anyway. That's not a bad thing, right? All right. There's such a icy feeling in the air, I suppose one could say. But winter is coming. I wonder how it is in the USA. All right, that's enough. I love you all's consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.